Hello there, everybody. How are we doing today? It's good to be back doing some more Papercraft. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching live or post live, it's great to have you here. We are going to be doing, following this papercrafting trend, we're going to be doing yet another starship, yet another Star Trek series we're going to be covering today. And as you may have guessed by the image in the bottom right of your screen, it's going to be the original Enterprise. It's going to be Kirk's Enterprise from the original series. Now, we've gone through and I've done 4 more. You'll see them at the bottom of the screen that way. I'll just take you through the actual physical ones here. So we did this on last week's stream, the old NX-01. We've got the Enterprise D, which I think turned out really well. The USS Defiant, which I think was the first one that I did. There's a few things I'd probably change about that one, but not right now. And then we've got the Voyager. So we're handling all the original 5 series of Star Trek, not the mutilation that's come recently with all the new Trek shows. And we've got the Bridge of the Enterprise D there as well. So yeah, we're gonna crack on with Kirk's Enterprise. Now, I do have a list of upcoming projects, which is going to be a weekly thing. I'm going to be doing this weekly, as much as I can. Anyway, as much as my free time allows me to do so. This week is obviously, we're going to be doing Kirk's Enterprise. It's all pretty much laid out. This is possibly going to be done in one stream. I'm not entirely sure. I may split it with another stream, because it is the most simplified of the lot to do. I say that it's probably going to take a few streams because there's always a few little issues that have to be resolved throughout the stream. I have to obviously pick colors and highlights. I've got some of my colors here that I'm going to use, and we're going to crack on with this. The next one after this stream will be the Enterprise F. Okay, the trace is a little damaged, so I was a little annoyed about that, but we're going to be putting my sort of conceived of Star Trek show, Star Trek Odyssey, from my other channel. Hats off to Xell and Watch Nerd for we all came up with the idea, and I'm going to go with the Star Trek Picard Starfleet insignia just because it seems to match the aesthetics of the ship. And then, in a radical change of direction, I say radical, it's not that radical, we're going to be doing Starbug from Red Dwarf, and that's going to be in 2 weeks' time. So that one should be fun to do because it's all pretty much one tone of green. It's honestly like they did the Landlord special over the entire ship. But as you can see, we've got the Jupiter Mining Corporation logo there for Red Dwarf. That's going to be an interesting challenge to do. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? We're going to be starting with the original Enterprise, Kirk's Enterprise, the NCC 1701 from the classic Star Trek series. I'm going to start by selecting my colours. Now, this colour is really it's really the rarest of the colours that I've got, and it's the colour that I need to do all the ships in. So I do have about 20 sheets that I've brought in and ordered. However, I'm utilizing as much of this as I can in all the places that I can, because it's the only place I can get, or the only place I can get this shade is in a multi-pack, which means every time I use these up, I have to buy another multi-pack, which means I'll have, for example, 20 sheets of this color with 100 sheets of other colors, if that makes sense. So it's really bizarre that I can't get this shade. So anyway, it turns out that we can actually fit the Enterprise on here. So this is going to be the backing color. Right, for highlights, you'll see I've previously used this bit of card for a Star Trek logo on one of the other pictures. For highlights, we're going to be picking this color. This is actually a very different color, so that's going to be for highlights. And this color is going to be, we're going to utilize about that much of it, because this is going to be the insignia on the ship for the colours, and perhaps for a few lights if I don't decide to draw those in. Now, I did have one little conundrum with the main navigational deflector, the big dish on the front of the ship, as to which colour to go for. I'm sort of, because I know it's quite a copper colour, but I figured if I do this colour as the background and this colour as the dish, I think I can get away with that. I think. Now, with the Bussard collectors on this, using this red, I'm going to use this red. We're going to have to draw in some features on this paper moving forward. So, let's not get ahead of ourselves again. So what I usually do for those who aren't familiar is I will use this image as a trace, I'll transfer it over, and we'll start cutting, and then we just add layers as we go. Okay, so we'll add highlights to the saucer, to the front of the ship here, for the front of the neck, just to bring that out and make that stand out, much in the same way that we did with the NX-01. Much in the same way we did with the Enterprise D. So I'll pull that out now. As you can see, we've got highlight colours, highlight strips here and along here. It really makes the ship look three-dimensional and pop out. So that's that. I do already have my star field for this project, although I can't actually find it at the minute. I do have a star field, I believe. I've got two. Let me just double check. That's just blank black paper. I did put them. You know, I'm always so organised. I'm almost too organised. Here we go. Star fields. Now there are a few issues with these two. Some of the dots are quite big, but I'd prefer it to be smaller, and I'd probably have to just dash over a few of these a lot elongated stars with a black pen, and probably shrink this one down. We've got a little crescent going on there, as you can see. So I'd probably I'll decide which one I'm using when we've got the ship all cut out and built. And yeah, let's just crack on, shall we? So I always use this white board that I've got here just to bring some contrast, so I can actually see what it is I'm tracing over. Obviously, in this case, it's the Enterprise, and I'm going to trace it on the reverse side. Now, one of the biggest issues that I have here is with doing these streams is I tend to forget which side I've drawn over in order to trace. So we do progressive tracing. So we'll start with the outline, get the ship cut out and ready. And then again with separate sections, we'll draw them in, transfer them over, and start cutting and pasting where we need to. The aim is to get the ship done today. I've got a good few hours. I'd rather it get done in one stream, but it's been quite the norm that it goes into two streams. Okay, so we're going to start by just drawing around the outside of the ship. And I'm going to press down a little bit because I want this pen to pop it out. Pen, it's a pencil. I'm doing well today, aren't I? We use this opportunity to smoothen some of these lines out, but we don't want to smooth too much because you'll find that you'll start drifting. If you hear some gurgling or rumbling, it's my stomach. I haven't eaten all day and I've just had something to eat, so I do apologise for that. See, we're starting to drift there. We don't want to drift. No drifty. Nice smooth line. Okay, a little bit skatey in places, but it's okay. And we're just going to go around the outside of the ship. And it's crucial to get these lines correct in the first instance, because this is what you will use to base the rest of your image on. Also apologise if I'm sniffing. I do suffer from hay fever now and then, so. And we finally got some rain in this country. It's been so dry. Everywhere's gold. It's crazy. So all these images are going to follow a similar style. Then I'm going to try some much more complicated things. I've got big plans going forward for some variety of different challenges, but I just want to settle into this and find my sweet spot, and then we'll start tackling some more difficult things as time goes on. I absolutely have fallen in love with this form of art. It is a lot of fun to do. And you find that you hit your stride very quickly. Or I've found that I've hit my stride very quickly. Love the shape of the Enterprise. It's very simple and elegant. As they say, it's got curves in all the right places. But my favourite has to be, I would say, it's fast becoming the NX-01. It used to be the Enterprise D. But yeah, it's fast becoming the NX-01. I'm going to try and make sure I get some of these bumps and dips in as well. I'm not too worried about this section because we're going to be putting stuff over that. Again, we're just wanting the outline profile of the ship, and you'll start to see it form. If you are new here and you like what I'm doing, I plan to do this as a regular thing now, and have my review channel as the thing that I do now and then in terms of Star Trek. I'm really looking to go somewhere with this because I absolutely adore doing this. It's so much fun. So yeah, if you are new here and you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, as they say. Right, so we're ready to transfer the Enterprise over. I'm fairly certain it's not going to be able to fit it. Oh my word. Well, stone the crows. That actually fits just. In fact, that's perfect. And it means I can retain this should I decide to do another ship. There are more on the way. The refit version of this might be coming as well in the future. It's certainly on my list. That actually, I can't believe that actually fits. It just takes a little bit of adjustment. But yeah, that is essentially a perfect fit. I don't think I could have planned that any better. Well, it couldn't be any better if I'd planned it. So now all I'm doing is I'm rubbing the graphite, rubbing the paper, which is transferring the graphite to the card. And all I'm using is coloured card. That's it. No paper. I don't want paper. Paper's far too thin and flimsy. Card gives the picture a really nice solid finish, and a degree of strength as well. So let's just see. It's barely transferring over, but it's okay because we can go over it should we need to, which I quite often do, to be fair, because my eyesight isn't what it used to be. It's important that we don't move this image, so I'm applying a certain amount of pressure here. Considering me and the family have just been to bowling, my arms are a little tired. 2 games of bowling will do that to you, especially when you're not used to it. So yeah, I'm not happy with the way it's transferring. It's really not transferring very well. But I don't want to press down too hard because then I'll damage the card. Start leaving indents in the card, and you don't want to do that. How about that? How's that looking? I may have to... It's a lighter grade of pencil, so it's a bit harder pencil. Yeah, it's not transferring particularly well. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. If you are watching live and you want to leave a comment, please do. I enjoy the conversation while I'm doing this. It's good to have some feedback as well and some input. As long as it's constructive, that is. Oh, I moved it. Oh, no. Okay, disaster strikes. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much... Thankfully, I've got these 3 markers here, the edge of the paper. So it should... Oh, it moved again. It should be in the right place. In fact, I'm fairly certain that is in the right place. Just checking it's still in the right place. It's when I don't anchor it in 2 places. That's when it becomes a problem. Oh, almost there. Yeah, it's not the best transfer. I'm going to use a different pencil next time, I think. I'll use the little stubby pencil that I got from previous streams. As little as it's getting there these days. Let's have the life sharpened out of it. That is pretty good. You can just about make that out. So what I'm going to do is the bits where I'm not so sure. I'm just going to go over in pencil just to bring that in. Not very hard, just light enough or dark enough that I can see it, but light enough that it's not going to take, you know, a rubber the size of Wyoming to erase. Just anywhere it's looking a little bit faded. Because the last thing you want to do is guess. You don't want to guess. You want a as near a truthful recreation as you can get. So. Right. Okay, you should be able to make that out now. I certainly can. No, I didn't stop and think. We've got a problem. Damn, I didn't see that. There's only one thing that can save this. Oh, you blighter. Okay, we might be all right. There's a cut there, and it's gone over. However, we're going to be having another strip here of this colour, which should go over that. We can get away with that, I think. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. But we'll be careful when we cut it. I honestly didn't spot that. Let's go. It'll be okay. We'll manage. Right, let's stick that out of the way for now. This is where I'm going to stick the main light on now. Interesting. Let's stick the main light on. Just bear with me. Where are we? There we are. Shed some light on the situation. How about that? And keep on the line as much as possible, because it's, again, it's the rear drawing is the reference image. It's the stuff you're putting stuff on top of. So a bit dubious about that. So when you want to change direction radically, you can end up causing a tear. So I'm going to leave that there for now. And I'll come in at it from the other direction. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not fussed about that cut. If we can go over it, I should have paid more attention. So annoyed. Oh well, you live and learn, I suppose. As long as I learn, it's fine. Now that's less radical of a change of direction, so that's just on the borderline, so that's fine. It's hard to see. Oh, it's hard to see with the shadow in the position that it's in. Let's try this. No, it's definitely. I'm gonna come in at this end now, and I don't like freeze. Right, now we can go at this from the other direction, you see. Fraction more. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's actually quite a challenge to cut out this one. There's a big gap. I'm not particularly happy about the shape of that Bussard collector as well. Something's going off somewhere. Beautiful. I'm going to start putting together some videos, I think, for the channel, rather than just live streams. It'll all be the content that you've already seen to start with, but I think it'll be good to get some videos out there, as live streams aren't everyone's cup of tea. Right, we want to try and avoid creases in the card if we can. I know it's difficult to do. I don't want it taking too much off of here. I know that I'm going over that, or at least I should be. Now there's a little tear there, but it's okay. It's all right. We're going over it again. So that's when the cell joins. Now we're on to the home stretch, the saucer section. Okay, yeah, we've got this little tear here. I'm not fussed. Again, the highlight colour will go over it. Just going to retain these little bits here, just for now. So, I'm just going to bend this back the other way, try and straighten the cardboard out a little bit. This is going to be a little bit flimsy, but it's there. We've got the basic shape, and I'm happy with that. That's absolutely fine. So over you go, Mr. Enterprise, and let's focus now on the highlights, because that's what's going to make it pop. I'm going to stick with this pencil. I've made a decision. Definitely going to stick with this pencil for now. Okay, so we want highlights. So what I'm going to do, I think, is we want to highlight the front of the ship. And I'm thinking perhaps we want to show that contrast there. I would suggest we definitely want to show that. So we're going to go a highlight color here as well to really make it stand out. I mean, the difference is quite a lot, quite a big difference that. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. At the end of the day, get me the words out in a minute. At the end of the day, until we glue stuff down, we've got a bit of freedom, haven't we? Right. Let's go. Let's get this highlights done. Sharpener. No, I'm drawing it on the wrong side again. I knew I would. I had a funny feeling. I do that so often, it's annoying. Straighten that line up and press down a bit. I'm going to do this as a highlight. And I want to highlight the front of the nacelles as well. So if I do a sort of a thing there, just to bring some attention to that one. You don't see the other pylon because it's hidden behind the neck. But yeah, let's do that. Let's have those. We'll find our highlight colour here. I will rub everything down with an eraser as well. So we can squeeze that on there. That's fine. Not an issue. There it is. probably have an easier time seeing this on the lighter shades of the card, of course. Almost. Yep, that'll do. And we're going to utilise this here as well. Just inside here. Yep. And we're going to utilise this bit over here for this bit of highlight. Close enough. If I move it, it'll just look like a mess. Now, we'll get the craft knife on these, I think. And we'll do it now. Of course, I'm getting old, so need the helping hands to be able to, you know, see what I'm doing and not slice my finger off. Which I think is a plus point, you know, once a day, not slicing your own finger off. Leave it a little bit attached if I can, just to run the eraser over. Now I've cut the shape out. I can rub this out and it won't, provided I don't catch it, of course. Always one little bit. It's a highlight piece, not a piece of rubbish. Thank you for the like, by the way. It's nice to have everyone here. Hopefully you're all well. Kind of has to be as straight as I can make this. Lovely. And again. Straight as you can. Lovely. Bit of a curve on there. And again, I'll just drop that off. Try not to cut myself. We'll move the raw bear in one direction. Both ways. Excellent. Another highlight piece. And this bit we can do with the scissors without the giant magnifying glass that makes me feel old when I use it. I believe that means my my family's home. Listen. I am going to cut this out roughly because it's a large piece of paper to have to hold. I don't want to have to quite a delicate cut. Actually missed the line a little bit there. I'll try and clean that up if we can. Without going too far, of course. It's difficult to see with the reflection of the scissors. Got a little bit of a crease there. That's fine. Okay. Right, let's see what this highlight looks like. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. So, yeah, I'm going to stick these down. I just want to grab these as well. While I get these stuck down. So, I believe that goes maybe that way. Or possibly. I don't think it goes that way. That definitely goes that way. And that's going to go all the way up there. Highlight that part of the nacelle. And this, I believe, goes like that. There. Yeah, we'll sort out final positions in a little while. Also have glue stick, Prit stick, and somewhere here I have my tweezers. They're right here. Just getting rid of any excess. So I'm fairly certain that this is going to go on there like that. Yep. It's going to be glued that way. Just wipe my finger every time. Stick that down. Line it up. Make sure everything aligns where it should. And bring it in a little bit there. Check that that looks right. Yeah, that looks okay. Stick that down. This one going to be a little bit more difficult to apply glue to, but and this one onto here. Say definitely it needs to be moved up a little bit. There you go. Brilliant. Spot on. And then I'm just going to, because I see something here, you might be able to see it if I zoom in. I see just here there's a bit of excess card, so I'm just going to cut that away. Get a shot of that, sharpen that up a bit. There you go. Okay. And then we'll go for this this front highlight as well. Doesn't look much like much now, but it will. It will. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how good it looks. Let's try and get rid of any excess that's around there. There's plenty of it on the back. And we're just going to place it on as close to fit as we can. To be fair, it doesn't seem like a lot's gone on there. Let's try and get rid of all the excess glue. I'm going to chop that there. Oh, wait. No. Vamoose, you little varmint. And then push that down there. I need to take a bit off, I can. Okay. Okay, that's looking good. It's starting to look a little bit more 3D now. Okay, so next stop is going to be the I would say the saucer. Not the saucer, the deflector dish. What a moron I am. I would say the deflector dish. It's a prominent feature, isn't it? How are we going to approach this then? We want the outer edge. You might be able to hear a saw going. It's a guy over the road. I think he's still sorting his fence out. So I would say saucer, not saucer, dish. Saucer. I'd say if we're going to be doing more of the highlight color, I think just here we'll overlay that. Thinking out loud here. Then we go for that, and then we go for that for the main dish. Not ideal. I'm not for a second claiming it is, but it's the way. I think that's the way it's going to be. We'll try it again. Nothing's permanent until we glue it. The Enterprise can live over there. Let's decide which bit's going to go where. So I would say highlight. Let's see how it looks. So highlight color. Put it on the glue. The highlight color. Have it going around here like that. Certain features I'm going to draw in with markers and essentially they're paint pens. I can build that up. So we're first going to go highlight color. Right up the top here, I think. It doesn't look like much right now, but it will. Give it time. This really doesn't look like anything. But again, it will. Just give it a little bit of time. We'll clean this up a little bit. Now, I'm layering the card in the shape of the deflector dish in each stage, so it'll build up towards the outside, if that makes sense. So let's... Yeah, perfect. I think that's pretty good. I think. Okay. It doesn't look right now, but I swear it will. Shall we do a black layer next? I think. Let's introduce a little bit of contrast here. I'm gonna actually, rather than black, I'm gonna use this slightly. It's not quite black. It's more of a really dark grey. This will be hard to see. I'm gonna transfer over. This one here. I'll grab that line here. Make sure it all looks relatively circular. Up in the corner here. Zivy. That's where things get tough to see. Look at me. Oh, there's my ruler. No idea if there's anyone actively watching, by the way. I've got over reference pictures in the way. If you are watching, it's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me on this latest paper crafting. I'm sure there's much graphite left to transfer on the outside. Okay. Judging by what I can see, I can just draw over any bits that are missing. No idea. This might go horribly wrong. I'm going to take that little hump off there. Don't know whether you can see it, but there is a hump there. I'm going to try and take that off a little bit and round it off. Okay, that's another layer done. Now the next layer, I think, is going to be this one. Which will go in. So this actually, this black line is very small. I don't really want that pencil. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Yeah, I'm liking that. Definitely. This is a thicker card, definitely. Not more. It's not tougher to cut. I have to make sure this is all pretty much glued in the same. Get it on the Enterprise for a sec. I just want to check every layer here because I'm not feeling it with this at the moment. That, because that's shadow, and that, yeah. Moved. Okay, I know that doesn't look like much, but bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna do the actual dish now. I'm gonna relay some graphite down there on this. And I want to, this dish has to be right. Because it is a kind of focal point of the picture. So it has to be circular. Yeah. Okay. Transfer ruler. Where are you? There you are. The first stream, when I'm doing these, nobody's really that interested in watching them for the most part, because the image isn't coming together yet. They don't see what the image is gonna look like. But the second stream, when I put on one of the things that I put on, you know, the images or the progress, they start to see that, you know, it's interesting. That tends to get more views. And the first stream's always a throwaway. But I'm definitely thinking about putting some of the content into video form. Definitely. Important. This is right, and it looks circular. And the radius is right. If not, it will throw everything. It was no good if it looks like an egg. Right. Yep, that's okay. And then this. I'm wondering whether or not to put another black layer in. It will complicate things a little bit. But if we put another black layer in, behind this, we'll stand it off a little bit better, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Put another black layer in. Decide whereabouts it's going. So you got black. So it's actually going to be like the barest smidgen, but it's going to be there. It's going to be. I just think it'll help stand the dish out a little bit. So that's the dish. That's the dish, man. No, that doesn't matter. That's edge doesn't matter. I've just gone over the edge slightly with this. But that doesn't matter. It's this side that matters. Love that sound. All right, so we're going around the outermost line here. You might be able to see it. There you go. Going around the outermost line here. Just to create a bit of contrast. Now I find adding another layer to something, certainly in a different colour, can really make it pop. It was great with doing it with the Enterprise D, because that's got a multi colour deflected dish. I don't know. Hold on. Oh no, I lost it. Let's try layer by layer. Layer by layer. Get everything that you dreamed of. Oh. My big sausage fingers. Okay. And then this. Like the smallest. And then that on there. I don't know if anybody's watching, but I think that looks okay. And obviously it's going to have an antenna coming out as well, like the thinnest line antenna. Might have like a brighter spot in there, and then I'll cut out the little antenna. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to check that lines up as it is without moving it. I think it needs to go a bit further in, but yeah, that's just essentially there. What I might do is cut out on this, because there is a cutout, and because it's a highlight color, yeah, let's cut that out. I'm just going to draw it in over here. So slice that out there. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to use the knife because it's a bit more precise. Right. Should stand. Oh, should stand it out. Right. Wow, I've been streaming for an hour. Wow. Yeah. It's tweezer time. It's tweezer time. Find your tweezer time. Alright, there they are. Alright. Get rid of that giant blob of glue. As Picard would say, the blobular cluster. I would say that needs adjusting. Wait. Who knew the deflector dish would be the most challenging part so far? Okay. Smash in. Next layer. I want to make sure positioning is bob on here. It's a bit further down, for starters. Right there, perhaps. Hey, get off. Yeah. Yep. Perfection. Perfection. just going to get rid of any excess graphite on this because it will shine and show. We want this. Which way around this went there? That way? Or that way? No indication now. Damn it. Yeah, that way. Three lights on the stream so far. That's pretty cool. Got a big lump of glue right there. That needs to come off. Really has to be thin. That little thin line makes every bit of difference. Wow, yeah, that's bob on, that is. That's champion, that. And now the dish. Yeah. Now the finger off. Now the dish. Yeah. I'd say ever so slightly further up and in. There. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This looks like a lot, but yeah. Okay. Now we've got I would say our highlight color, the highlight color. And it just needs to be like the smallest circle. And then we can do the antennae, or antenna. Antennae is plural, I believe. So we want circular, but offset. Yeah. It is small. It is really small. There you go. Very small dot. This needs a tiny clean up on this edge. Yeah, wait until we put the antennae on, or antenna on. It is offset up to there, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go for the darken color again, and we're literally just going to cut like the barest smidgen off. It's not even a thing, really. It's so small. It's maybe the smallest piece I've put on. You just see it there on the end of my finger. Still too big. We have ourselves something resembling a main navigational deflector. There you go. Oh my God, that was insane. That was there was a lot to that, and I don't mind that it's not exactly perfect circles, but that is, I think, pretty much there. It's sort of that's moving a little bit, so I'm gonna adjust this. How's that look? I think that looks all right. that was interesting. Wow. Now we've got to figure out what we're going to do with the highlights, because there's not really much detail to show the flow of everything. I am leaning towards just doing highlight, just doing that, and having like because there's rings on it underneath, just on the saucer here, and if we bring it down into a circle, an oval, and then bring it down and back, I think we'll be all right with that. I'm not going to stick the deflector dish down yet. I'm going to give that a chance to dry, and then because I've drawn this ovalized here, I think let's go for highlight, see what it looks like, and then go from there. Again, it has to look really, really curved. In order to work. Right. That's down there. This is a drink. I'm gonna do that. Silly thing. Sorry, my computer's being a bit of a douche. There we go. That's better. Right. Stick the U all the way down there. And trust me, transfer it the right way. The white way. Totally the white way. Just about draw those lines. Okay. you've watched these streams before, you know everything just looks a little bit weird until it all comes together. And that's true of a lot of art. It looks really bad until it actually comes together, and then you go, wow, that's quite effective. But even I'm a little bit sort of uneasy about this highlight. It may not work, in which case things start to get a little bit complicated. And always try and make sure the base layer of anything is in the any kind of detail that overlaps. I always try and make sure is in the base layer, so we don't get that annoying step down effect in the card. Now we'll see how this looks when it's in place. I'm not convinced yet. I don't know about you guys. I am not convinced yet. I mean, there will be detail on it, of course. There'll be lights and windows, and then we'll have a different curved section coming into here. May do a slightly darker shade just to get those triangular bits underneath the saucer section there. The trouble, it's being highlighted, so I'm tempted to leave it. We're gonna have white for the bottom dome underneath, but we're gonna have, I believe we should go for a slightly, probably more of this to just do the ring around the light. We'll see. Let's continue and we'll see how it looks in the end, because the deflector dish looked a bit off until we actually completed it, and I think it looks fine now. So I'm going to create here, or not create, actually, it's actually there. I'm going to put in a backing in the darker shade there and there, and then around this bit as well. That's going to be in the normal ship hull colour. So there. See how I'm utilising as much card as possible. I don't want to be using new sheets of card to do little bits and bobs. I like to get all my colours ready before the stream as well. If you ever find I don't do that, it's mainly because I haven't had the time. I have to set the stream very quickly. Right. We want to make sure those are straight edges, and then it curves around. And follow the lines. I'm just going to take this corner off annoyingly. Hold on. Right. Yeah. Not happy there. I want this to be a straight edge. Glue lid off again. Thankfully, it's not that warm here anymore. It used to be. It was. The last couple of months have been so warm here. The country has turned gold again. Okay. And then we're going to go for some white, which I do believe I have. Yes, because I did the Enterprise lettering out of it. So yeah, we've got that. It's going to be the smallest little bit of cardigan, but Chad's by that. I would say that's going to go up there and around there and back down. So let's go. Let's add a little bit. Make that more of a dome. Yeah. Let's go down underneath this right in here. Right to the edge. And then transfer it over. Beautiful. Okay. Kind of sticks out. Yeah, kind of stands out. I can't say I completely hate that. I mean, deflected dish is too far forward. But yeah, I mean, it's there or thereabouts. I just want to drop it down a bit. There. I'll probably just set it. I probably want to cut off just the slightest part of that. There you go. Just get that set in properly and positioned properly. Lines are going to be drawn in. On the inside of the nacelle, I'm just looking at that a moment. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the inside of the nacelle, some detail there. Again, don't want to go into too much detail because you get sort of lost in the reads a little bit. I would say we go with this. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to see on the image you've got, but yeah, that's I was thinking as well, just changing the layout of the stream for future streams, not for the second part of this one, where I have it depends how much you want to see, where I have a slightly bigger picture of the picture that I intend to, or I'm trying to draw from. We'll see. Right. Just want to clear the decks a little bit, just so we don't lose any bits of the Enterprise. Okay, so we're going for the nacelle, pencil for the nacelle. And we're going to put in, I might just put a bit of detail in. It's if I do the I'm going to do it two-tone. So we'll do the outer one first. Yep. Do the outer one first. We'll utilise that inner colour as well. And we'll cut this out with the knife as well, because we can get a pretty solid edge there, I think. Yep, I can see that. Absolutely fine. Use my old man magnifying glass. Helping hands. Old man. So old. And the cut. Test the cut. Do the cut. Don't get caught in the helping hands. Okay. Yeah, got a little bit of graphite on there that we can clear off. Let's going to be there. Now, I'm going to do the highlight, a different colour for the innermost part. I want another strip in here. An internal strip to the nacelle strip, and it fits almost perfectly on there. Really thin though. I might use scissors to do this one. Because I think I can guide myself along there and do a straight cut. Like that. And we get a straight cut, almost perfect. Now, should I take this barest smidgen off of there? Brilliant. Right. So let's have a look at the reference picture again. Oh, right. So there's an edge to that. Yeah. That bit there. It's trimming off there. And then that needs trimming off there. Perfect. And then let's just get rid of excess graphite there. And there. Glue these together. I've destroyed the Enterprise. Enterprise has been destroyed. It might not make the biggest bit of difference, but it's just that extra little bit of detail. Because the Enterprise original one's quite basic. It was a very basic looking model. There wasn't a lot of hull detail or anything. It was literally just almost single tone across the board. So you have to sort of embellish now and then in different areas of the picture to make it actually stand out in any way. And that's what I'm doing here. So that's going there. I'll put that lid on very shortly. So I would say further up. Yeah. Doesn't look like, again, it doesn't look quite right now, but it will when it's done. Well, it should when it's done. It needs to, still needs to move there. We'll find it will really pop. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Right, I would say let's do some Bussard collectors, or a single Bussard collector because there's only one. And these I'm going to do these as red, although they're not red. I'm going to do them as red. Well, they are technically, but they're kind of like an orange colour. But now keep it in the style of what I've done before, because I think that'll work. I think that would work. I think. So, you know, first stream is always the ship. It takes a lot of time. Yeah, so let's go around this. Make sure we stick to that line. And then this one, just overlies it a little bit. I mean, I could just put a little notch in, but I don't know. I'll go against what we're looking for here. Let's see what we can do. Now I need to cut those little divots out. So you don't even need to move the knife, because you just bury it in the mat and they come out. That should, too much mistake and go there. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to stop gluing this up really if I can. Starting with the deflector, because, well, why wouldn't we? I dropped it. Get positioning right. Exactly, it's going to start drifting a little bit. So yeah, that's going to be that. Yep. And then I think what I might actually do with this, it's just very, actually use the glue stick, like a glue stick. Just apply this on here. Again, keep it away from the edges. Keep it away from the edges. It doesn't spill out then. Oh. Drop it, of course. I've got like a little dental pick here, which you can use to scrape glue that's too close to the edge. Too close to the edge. Oh God! Don't lean on that. Safety first. Back on. Oh my God! Hold on. That moved. Cheeky little bastard! You moved. The main deflector moved. Oh man. Almost there. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not that far out, to be fair. Yeah. That's about where it should be. Yeah, near enough. Near enough. Yeah, the deflector dish is sitting a bit weird, but yeah, it's too late now. It's down. So, right now the Bussard collector. That's near enough spot on there. Again, we're going to just draw a few lines in there, I think, just to bring it out. The drawing the lines does actually help and improve things a little bit. Yeah, we're going to do the side strips and insignia, but it's going to be the tiniest shit. I might draw that in, to be fair, or paint that in. There's insignia here on the side. What I might do is get a darker tone. Yeah, a darker grey. Got some more different shades here of card. Lots of scrap and tester card. What have I got? That's ship grey. I only got these darker shades. What about this one? Is this? Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Yeah, that'll work for a few areas, to be fair, because there's obviously caps on the end of these, which are a different shade. You've got little squares which are a different shade. I'm going to put a highlight on there, and on there, and there. And I might, because it's recessed there, I might put one in for the triangle, maybe. And there's a triangle there. That might work. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Right, we've got some work to do. Got some work to do. Okay, coolio. Right, so we want that there. and that there. Yep. We want that capping there, that capping there. Yep. We want a small square there, small square there. This triangular curvy bit here to bring it in, and then we're going to put one. Oh, balls. There. Yeah. Thinly sliced beef there. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That all works. I'm talking to myself, by the way. There's actually no one watching the stream right now, so I'm all alone. I'm all alone. I'm alone, Stan. Alone. So that's where. Did I draw that on the wrong? I drew it on the wrong side, didn't I? What an idiot. Right, so I want this bit here. Chances are I'll do it at some point during the stream. I'll draw on the wrong side of the trace. It's kind of like, it's just what they do. Balls it up. And then this square here. Well, offset square, of course. Like that. Right, let's see. It'll transfer. I think. I'll utilize some of this space down here, I think. Bloody teenagers thumping around. That's my family. That's life. Oh, you little bar steward. You didn't barely copy it over. Yeah. So that actually needs to be like that. Yeah, will do. Just the tiniest square there, and then another tiny square. Yep. Yep. Another tiny square next to it. And then we're going for here, with the end of the nacelle, which will go over, and just above it here, the end of this nacelle, which will go over it as well. Now comes the knife again. Here comes the knife again. Let's not decapitate the Enterprise. I'm going to try and make some of these a little bit more natural. I do apologise if my head gets in the way, by the way. I'm going to try and keep it out. It's just I've got to see what I'm doing. Nope, we're just going to have to cut out another square because there's another tear there. That's not even a square. Come on. Let's do it on top of this one. Sorry, my gratuitous scalp shot. Yeah. That's that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. And that one. That was interesting. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the graphite off easily. Right, let's get glue in. Glue in. First, we'll just test everything goes where it's supposed to go. That's pretty good. I'll probably just make the slightest adjustment to it. Yeah, that fits better, doesn't it? Might run the eraser over that later. Right, so we've got this. Does that go on this one? I don't think it does. Yeah, well, it must do. It must do. Stop it. Silly Billy. Yeah, yeah, that works. We'll do that. Put that on there. I've forgotten which bit goes where, you know. This is going to be this side. Like that. Yep. Yep. Tough. You get a bit of a neck ache doing this. And this. Recess in the hole. That's going to go, I think, near enough in the right place there. Near enough. Just a little bit further over there. And then this one, And then you got two little cube square things. God, I've dropped it. There you go. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's like the tiniest bit of blue. The tiniest bit of card. Everything else I'm just drawing in. To be fair, all the other smaller stuff, I'm just going to draw in. Are we wanting to do maybe the insignias or yeah, we can do. Oh, that one's going to be tough to do, man. Tough to do. Right, let's just do it instead of moaning about it. Away with you. Write it on the right side this time. Right on the right side. Cut these with the knife. I honestly think these are going to be better drawn on. Because you got that there, that there. That's going to be too thin, isn't it? Yeah. This one's all right. This one I might do that rectangle there. The insignias look like something that needs to be drawn on. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see how we got on. See what it looks like. I might be able to do it. There's a chance I might be able to do it. I think I've managed thinner than this, but we'll see. Okay. Start the card off. This I may have to lean in for, so I apologise again for my forehead. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll try zooming in so you can see what I'm doing. Let's move it across a little bit. You should be able to see this now. This is tiny. It's not microchip tiny, but it's close enough. This is, I think I've buggered that up already. I think I've gone too far. Oh my god. Did it actually do it? Oh my god. I don't believe it. It's done it. That is, I mean, that's my knuckle. That is so small. Jeez Louise. Right, let's take that out of the way. I can't believe I managed to do that. Nearly gave up on that before I'd even done anything. Now, the real tough bit here is applying the glue, because that is extremely delicate. So what I want to do really is just mix up a bit of this so it's all fresh, getting down to the really good stuff underneath. Flatten it out. I mean, I might be able to use the different dental pick that I've got somewhere. Oh, I'll have to aerate somewhere, because it's got a like a, yeah, here we go. It's got a filler scraper on it. It's what they use in your mouth for fillers, fillings. So I might be able to spatula it on, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely certain this is going to work. I'll give it a go. Yep, spatula in, I believe, did work. Now, just have to be very careful when applying this and figuring out where we want to put it. So, I'm actually going to make a small adjustment very quick, because I reversed it. Didn't look right. Oh no, don't fall, don't fall. Don't fall, you fool. Oh, this is really small. Oh, careful. Right. Then separate. I don't think that's going to hold. If I'm honest with you, right now, I don't think that's going to hold. But we can dream. Just pushing it down. Oh, bollocks! I caught it. I caught it. The bloody disaster. If I can get that back on. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, that's so stupid of me. It's so delicate. I caught it. That's not going to look as good now. Sorry for my language. It was really, that really annoyed me. Damn it. I think we've managed to just about recover it, but it kind of looks like a hot rod now. Yeah, that's annoying. Annoying, but it's okay. It's fine. We'll deal and move on. Yeah, apologies for the language there. That was I'm usually quite a potty mouth on my other channel, but I didn't want to do that here, in all honesty. But that was not nice. I go about there, I think, for that. And then same angle, same orientation. That's going to go there because we're going to write NCC 1701. Oh, no, it was completely the wrong way. Completely the wrong way. You can tell when I start getting tired doing this. I start making silly, dopey little errors. Right, towards the rear. Right. Are we going to stick anything else on? Let's have a look. No, that's going to be painted in, painted on, drawn on. No. You know what? Genuinely, that is it. That is it for the gluing and the paper. Now we have to draw. Now, on the Enterprise, there is some white lights and there's some yellow lights. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. I don't have white markers. I have white. Well, I do have white paint pen, but I don't have white markers. I do, however, realised I do have this, so I just need a bit of tester card. This, I believe, some of this I tested my Alcars display. And this, yeah, a little Alcars display tester there. You know, that's as good as white, and I'm going to use this from now on. Okay. So, there are 3 windows here. Is that standing out? Yeah, it's standing out. Just add a bit more if we need to. 3 windows here. You got one sort of above here, which is just a dot, and then you've got one down here that's just a dot, and you've got 4 which go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one underneath. You can sort of make them out, I think. I appreciate the likes, by the way. That's very kind of you. I hope you're enjoying this, and hopefully I can start getting some videos of these out. Maybe make stop motion ones, you know, or time lapse. There's 3 windows, sort of here. Then there's windows. Right. So we've got something else here as well. Oh dear, that's very, very thick. Right. is where it all could go horribly wrong. So I need a faintest of pencil lines here. There's 2 rings that run around this here. It's dangerous to do, but it will add to the overall effect. And then there's one here. This is where it could all go horribly wrong. Trying to do it with the gentlest of pressure. Go too much and look shoddy. Not great so far. Doesn't exactly look central, does it? Now, to be fair, this bit doesn't. Wonder if there's a way. Slice into this, take it off, and reposition this. Because I don't think that's square. I think I've messed up a little bit here. When I mess up, I put my mistakes right. That I think looks a bit better. I think I glued it right, but it must have moved. I think that looks better. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not keen on the messiness of these lines, to be fair, but strengthen them up a little bit, neaten them up. This one's actually been a bit of a challenge to do, this one has. Which is nice, because I like a challenge. Right. I'm not going to fiddle too much with that. Right, let's go back to doing what we were doing. So we've got those, and now we can determine where these lights are. So where these windows are. So we've got one window there, one window there, one window there, and one window there. Just be a window there, and a window there, and then there's going to be a black one there as next to this one, and then 3 windows that are on, and that's off. And we've got windows down the middle. It doesn't matter which ones are on, which ones are off at this point. And then we've got windows all the way down here, so we do that. That one there and that one there. Then we'll do two up here. And then one here. One here. One here. One here. One here. Couple down here. Couple at the end here. This one's there. Stand to reason that the B one's there. Dark grey. So these are blackened out windows. We can do a couple up here. A couple in between here. We're gonna have a couple. We're gonna have one there, and we're gonna have one there, and we're gonna have one there. I have a couple. Oh, bugger off. One there. One there on the end. I have a couple down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. One here. One here. One here. One here. There's actually, believe it or not, was windows on the cell pylons. I don't know who would want quarters in something that can be ripped off the ship so easily, but hey, I'm not one to judge. And there's nothing on the other one. That's fine. So now comes a little bit of this is slightly more delicate, this one. Sometimes I just do it. So this one I'm going to plan out because we want that curve to go inwards, don't we? So we want N C 1 7 0 1. So it's on a little bit of a curve. Mostly. And then this one's upside down. And it's doing the same thing, isn't it? See. It's counterintuitive doing it backward. C. And then 1 7 1. Jeez. Okay. That's yeah. brilliant, that one. To be fair, I'm not pleased with that. It's difficult to draw it going in and then going out, but you know, what do you do? Right. Let's do lines, shall we? Let's copy over some lines. So lines are going to go up there. It's going to go down to there. Yeah. That's going to join up to there, and then that's going to go circle around there. Yep. This is going to come all the way around to here. That's going to go all the way up to there. Come down around to here. It's going to go across there. It's going to go across. No, that goes. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, sorry, that's it. That recesses in. Okay, let's do this. So that's going to follow that around to there. It's going to go up and around. That's going to go up to there. That's going to go around there. That's going to go around there. Need to tidy this up a little bit. Yeah. Just gonna put a bit of edging on this. I'll do. And then we want the yellow. It's gonna go across here, across there. I'm gonna split this. There you go. I don't think this is. I don't think this has turned out as well as the others. I'm going to be honest. It's not the worst thing I've done. It's not the worst. It really isn't the best either. Things I'm not necessarily happy with this, but it's all right, I think. The neck doesn't look right. What's wrong with the neck? The neck doesn't look right because that saucer needs to go there like that. That's better. Yeah. All right, let's get the star field and see what it looks like, because I'm really not happy with that, but I don't know what to do to change it. Let's see how it looks like on the star field. You know what? This might I might just need to have an objective look at this tomorrow, because I'm going to continue. I'm going to do this stream again tomorrow. It worked. I think that looks better like that. It's not brilliant. But could be worse. I need to come and have a look back at this again tomorrow. Tomorrow it should be relatively simple. It's just cutting the lettering out, doing all the lettering and the insignia, and it should be done. But I think the other ones are better. But you know, again, I might come back tomorrow with a more objective look at this. I'm not going to do the bizarre spinny things. It's going to take me about another hour to do the badge and the lettering. I might do those tomorrow, but it'll be another one done. It'll be another one done. I think that is. I'm going to deem that acceptable for now. That's going to be it for today. I'm done. I should do the lettering and the insignia tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and we'll go from there. But I really appreciate you stopping by, watching and liking the stream. Thank you very much for being here, and I will catch you tomorrow. Until then, take it easy. Bye bye for now.